What do customers want more than anything else? Well, I think I have the answer to that, and I'm real excited to share it with you. So stick around for a great quick cup of coffee, and we'll have some fun with this episode. Thanks for tuning in to SimpleBiz360 podcast. My name is Jeff Mason, and I'm your host on this weekly journey. We thank you for tuning in today. We're so excited, and we're coming to you from Half Coast Studios. Matt Parker working the boards. We're out of St. Louis, Missouri. We're on 28 listening platforms, and we are on IGTV, Gab TV, and YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now and you haven't subscribed, man, we'd love your subscription. You just go to the lower right-hand corner of your viewing screen. You'll see a little icon down there, a pinwheel icon. Just hover your cursor over that. That'll take you right to YouTube, and you can get a subscription there. And that'll just simply give you a notification every Thursday morning at 6 a.m. when we come out with a new episode. And we have not missed a beat since October, the middle of October 2019. We haven't missed a week. So we come out every Thursday morning at 6. And hey, if you like this episode and you feel it earned a 5-star review, we'd love that 5-star review on any one of the platforms, whether you're listening or watching out there. So we really encourage you to do that. So what's the question that, when we look at this, what is it that customers want more than anything else, right? I've spent so much time of my career thinking about this and looking at this. And if I had to boil it down to that elevator pitch drill, what would I really come up with is the answer. So, I mean, is it the best price? Well, that's great, but no, that's not it. Is it the quickest delivery? Well, that's good, but no, that's just not it. The best quality? Important? But no, doesn't make the top of the field. Okay, what about the easiest company to deal with? It's important, for sure, appreciated by most, but it's just not the one. And what about the best value equation? Put all the variables together, and it's just the best price for the value. Definitely a top thing. But I think what customers really want more than anything else is a vendor that listens and cares along the path to delivery. Think about that. I'll say it again. I think that customers want a vendor. So they're building a house, right? They're building a deck. They're buying a television. They're buying computer services. They're buying website services, consulting services. They're renting a studio for podcasts. What do we really want? We want that company we chose, that vendor we chose, to listen and care along the path to achieving that final product, that end delivery. That's really what it's all about, right? So if that's the theme, and that's just my feeling, we'd love to know what yours is. So if you have any ideas, we'd love you to email them over to us, jeff@simplebiz360.com. We'd love your thoughts, ideas, some narrative, a little storytelling if you want, but we'd love to hear from you as well. So please feel free to chime in. So if we follow that line of thinking, then what is the best question we could ever ask a customer, right? When it all boils down to it. So we're going to have some fun just kind of zipping through some ideas here. But if we really follow that line of thinking, here's what I think happens first. I think that we have to let that customer feel that we're showing genuine interest in them. I think once they know that and that's established, I think the rest of it, just comes much more easy. But what's the question? What's that one question? I think it's a 3-word question. And if you don't always ask it this way, but if you think about it in these terms, if you never forget the next 3 words I tell you and I share with you, you will enjoy benefits out of this for eons. What is it? How about you? So let's just tuck that away for a second. 3 words. How about you is the best question you could ever ask a customer. Now, what is the benefit to you? Well, I think it's deeper relationships, long-term customer building. I think it's less shopping and hunting and pecking for customers to replace a lost customer. So, we know that cost is 5 times greater than it was to get the original customer. So when we, tick somebody off and they leave, it just, it's a costly proposition to find a replacement. So the real benefit to you as a business operator listening to this or viewing this podcast is that I think you get better long-term relationships and more repeat business out of your experience with people. So there's two ways that we go about asking these human relations type questions. Dale Carnegie tells us back from his training in the 30s when he wrote How to Win Friends and Influence People that, it's that the best conversationalists are really end up being the best listeners. So how do we listen? Well, we have to get people to talk, right? So there's two ways to go about this best question. One is we can initiate it. So we're not going to ask it in the form of how about you, but we're going to ask it as a question. Hey, Matt, how's your day going, buddy? Hey, so, Linda, welcome to, St. Louis from Chicago. How's business up in Chicago? How's the family in Chicago? What part of town do you live in up there? So we're the initiator of that, right? Or we could be the recipient of a question from the young lady from Chicago or from Matt. Matt could say, hey, Jeff, how's your day going? Pretty good, pretty good. And now what do? Do I volley back to Matt? I would say that yes, you volley back to Matt and say, you know what, Matt, my day's been great. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's 65 and we can't ask for more. How's your day going, Matt? How about you? Just keep thinking, how about you? And if you just think of those three words, you can ask Matt in any way, shape, or form you want to ask him. But it follows that thread of how about you, Matt, right? And I think this is really the biggest shortcoming we as a professional business society have to deal with. It's the volley. I think that a lot of us are good at initiating. Some of us who don't initiate, we get questions from other people, human relations questions, and it's the volley that I've noticed just never comes out of the person's mouth. I shouldn't say never. It's declining in its utterance. It's not coming out as much as it used to. So I think this is the biggest area that we have to wrestle with. But here's I'm going to zip through some concepts, some ideas that if you want to be the initiator, here are some easy things to initiate. So, hey, Matt, how's business, right? Hey, Matt, how's your day going, right? Hey, Matt, how's your company doing these days? By the way, how is your company doing these days, Matty? Good? Yeah, there's a thumbs up in there from the glass. How's the project you're working on going? How are you and the team doing on that project, Matt? Hey, what about the new position you got? I know you just got a new position at the company. Congratulations. Yeah, tell us a little bit about it. How's it going? Hey, how's the family doing, Matt? Right? So these are all initiations, right? Hey, how's the new house? I heard you guys put some money down on a new house. You're building it or buying a new one? I wasn't clear. You're buying a new one. Correct. Great. How's it going? Okay. So again, if Matt said to me, hey, Jeff, I heard you bought a new house recently. How's it going? You know what, Matt? It's really good. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, so what about you? Are you in an apartment or did you find a house yet? Or are you looking for houses? So how about you, Matt? Thanks for asking me, Matt. Hey, Jeff, how's that remodeling going on your house? Well, Matt, here's how it's going. Blah, 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 and you go on and answer, and then you say, yeah, well, thanks for asking about the remodel. So are you doing anything like that at your house? You have any undertakings like that? How's your vacation, right? Just think about these things. If you want to be the initiator, you want to tap into some human relations, right? Hey, I heard you guys were you got pretty ill. I think it was food poisoning last week. How you feeling off that? Hey, man, I know you're recovering from surgery. How's the recovery going? You look great, but how's it going? Hey, boy, that weather. What do you think of the weather today? It's pretty, if you're just groping, you don't know the person that well, person flew in from Chicago, you're having a meal together, you've never met him before. Yeah, so what do you think of this crazy mild weather? It feels like baseball season. Yeah. Hey, so how's everything going in Chicago? You a big sports fan up there? You like the Bears, Cubs, White Sox? What's going on? Right? Hey, dining, man. Matt, you and your girlfriend or you and your buddies been out to any cool place recently? Dining, same thing. Jeff, have you been out to any place you could recommend? Oh, yeah, Matt, I have, and here's what I would recommend. What books have you read? So these are all initiation examples or general human interest examples that we could ask a customer that shows genuine interest. And, what does it do? It just, it helps to build that long-lasting, deeper rapport with good customers. It breaks the ice with new acquaintances. It's certainly, when you go back to, first impression fitness, it's a great first impression fitness type of an element where you can initiate a question or group of questions like that and exchange in that back and forth volley. Just make sure you're looking at it like a tennis match and doing the back and forth. So those are just some things, but I really think in a nutshell, we stink at the volley process. Think, 3 words, how about you? And if you're in a social setting, you're stuck, you're nervous, you don't know what to say, it's only you and another person, just say, hey, that guy in that orange shirt with the black jacket, he said, how about you? How about you? Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. How about you? So, and that's really, where we'd like you to end up on that one, right? So, those were just our little spoonfuls of ideas to go to help you in your next engagement with another person or a professional. And certainly it's great in society as well, just meeting your neighbors and things like that. So, speaking of spoonful, Willie Dixon. You guys ever heard of Willie Dixon? Well, we're going to do a Lost in the Shuffle track recommendation now. We're going to bring this song up. But Willie Dixon is from Vicksburg, Mississippi. And Willie is a songwriter and a performer. And he wrote a ton of tunes. Now, when I tell you how much Willie Dixon has been admired by the music community, the rock and roll community, you're going to get blown away here. Now, he is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I believe he's in the Blues Hall of Fame as well. Great songwriter, good performer. But you talk to bands like, guys like Bo Diddley, Muddy Waters, they've all, recorded his written tunes. Canned Heat, Foghat, The Doors, The Stones, 10 Years After, Johnny Winter. I mean, Cream, the Allman Brothers, the Allman Joys. They were the Allman iteration of the Allman Brothers before they were the Brothers. I mean, this guy has gone a country mile in his tunes being picked up by rock and roll artists. So, 1960, the Howlin' Wolf recorded this song called Spoonful. And it's got many renditions. Probably the most famous rock and roll community's familiar with is Cream. But we're going to put Willie Dixon on for you, man. We're going to let you see Willie Dixon. It's his rendition live in 1969. Big guy, 6'6", just a really huge guy, great demeanor, and a great songwriter. Enjoy Spoonful, Willie Dixon in 1969. And guys, we just say, if the team of horses pulling the results cart in business is now the experienced team of horses. It's the customer experience that matters so much in business anymore. So if you want to improve those results, then you know what? Improve the experience on the front end. Let those team of horses carry your results across the finish line, and you'll be very, very happy. Computers, right? We got them now. We can find out so much information on our own. We don't need cable and TV news to tell us what they want us to hear, right? They're paid and bought for by advertisers that are going to dictate what's going on. Find your own answers out there. They're out there, and we're seeing the narrative that's been going on for 2 years just crumbling around us. So it's out there. We need more truth tellers. I'm sick and tired of liars. You are too. We need people coming up the chute, climbing the ranks, starting out young, and we need truth tellers of tomorrow. We need people being truthful with us in politics and business and all over the place. So be a truth teller, right? Listen to a podcast. I mean, there's tens of thousands of us out there. There's so many cool podcasts. Pick up a show, pick up a Bible, great stories, unbelievable stories. You can't even make this. You'll think, is this made up? No, it's not. It's all true, and it's just so cool. And you know what? Pray. I mean, praying. These are tough times. It's been a tough couple of years. Pray and love the Lord God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and we will see you in 168 hours. Thanks.